Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So in this video I am explaining how to write a class and what's the syntax of it, and how to write an object, what's the syntax of it. Okay, so in my last videos I've explained you what is class, what is object, and what is reference variable by taking some good examples of Ganesha idols, PAN, building plan, construction plan, and also a reference variable example I've taken as TV remote. Okay, so those examples are very easy to will make you to understand what is class, object, and reference variables, and you will never forget what is class, what is object, and reference variables in your lifetime, because this is very important. For the basic definitions of class, object, and the reference variables are very important for the freshers. Okay, so if you want to attend the interviews, so these are also the part of the interview questions. Okay, so guys, one more thing, after watching the previous videos, so just to remember what is class, what is object, and what is reference variables, I have given some examples, but you should not say those examples in the interview. So try to remember those examples, but explain what is class, object, and reference variable technically. Okay, don't give those examples. Okay, those examples only for your reference, that's it. Okay, to for the better understanding the topic. Okay, so now let's brush up whatever the last videos what I have explained. So in brief, so class is a blueprint for object, and class represents properties and actions. So within a class you can have properties and actions. Another name for properties and action is property, you can also call it as attribute, and action you can call it as a behavior. So another a synonym here in classes and objects. So attributes are nothing but variables, and behaviors are nothing but methods. Okay, so now how to write a method, how to declare a variable, we'll see everything in other videos, in future videos. So see, all these are required for objects. So now what is object? Object is a physical existence or an instance of a class. So we can create n number of objects to a class. Note down this point. We'll have one class, and we can have n. For one class, we can have n number of objects within a program. A program, see guys, you can have within a program, it depends. You can have n number of classes and n number of objects. But the point to be noted down is, for one class you can have n number of objects. Okay, so fine. With this, let's go for the next one, reference variable. So reference variable, it is used to refer the object. In the name itself it says reference, refer what? Refer as the object. So for the objects we'll have reference variables, not for the class. Okay, so using reference variables you can perform any operations, required operations. How to perform we'll see in the later on videos. Okay, see, you can access properties and methods of an object by reference variables. Note down this point, very important. So reference variables can be used to access the properties and methods of an object. So how to access? Let's see. So an object can have multiple reference variables, no doubt. So how to define a class? What's the syntax? So let's start with this. See here, we have to use a class keyword. Class, let it be in lowercase. Case sensitive here, Python. So use a lowercase class for all these keywords. Use lowercase, and see here, this is how you can write the first line of the class. So use class followed by, you give any name, it's your wish. You give any name to the class followed by, this is very important, that is colon. So this is how you can define a class. After class, what to write? So see here, after class there's a documentation string. So documentation string, it is not mandatory, it is just optional. So what for it is? See here, it is to represent the description of the class. If you want to write the description of the class, this class is this, so include like this. If you want, see, for if someone, if this program you have given it to someone, they don't understand why this class is written, that time you include all the document strings like this so that anyone can understand your program. Okay, so followed by a class will be followed by variables and methods. Variables are properties and methods are behaviors. Okay, so and here variables are attributes and methods are actions. You can see what I'm saying it. This is what I'm saying it. Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. Properties, attributes, and variables. So now, yeah. So what are the variables here? Properties, attributes required for every object, methods are actions or behavior required for every object. Okay, so let's move on. So how to create a class? I've taken one more example here. So class point, see here, point is the name of the class and here class is a keyword which represents this is class, okay, and end up with a colon here. This is very important. Followed by there's a doc string. So this is how you can create a class. How to create an object. So see here, the syntax for object, note down here. So object name, you can give any name. It's your wish. So you can give any name followed by a class name. So whatever the name of the class, it should be here followed by the arguments. Okay. So now how to write? How to write with an example? Let's see. See here, blank. Blank is an object created for the class point. So already in the last slide you have seen how we have created this point. Okay, point is a class. So here this is optional guys. This is optional. These arguments are optional. Okay. So see here blank is equal to point and optional. So this is how you can create an object. So now can you tell me which one is object and which one is class here? So look at this example. So yes, tell me which one is class and which one is object. So see here blank is an object created for the class point. Okay. So this is how you can create an object. So now creating a new object we call it as instantiation. So note down instantiation and object is already you know this. Object is an instance of the class. Okay. So now how to create a class. So already you have seen it. So let me take one more example. Let me take one more example here. Okay. So see here class, my class and x is equal to 5. So guys here in the example I am missing indentation. So indentation, I think everyone knows this. So in your, what is indentation? That means this line of code belongs to this class. I need to give an indentation, a space. So this is the class and I'm creating an object here. See? So I'm creating an object for my class and the name of the object is P1 and it has to print the value of X. Okay. So this is the task now. This is my task. So the program, see here P1 is an object for my class and if I want to print this x is equal to 5, this value if I want to print, I have to access this, correct? I want to access this. So how? Use a dot operator. So P1 dot x, so will access the value of 5 from the class. Okay, so then the value will be displayed on the screen. So now the next, how to create attributes. So guys, I'll explain, I'll just execute this code. So all of you just see here. Yeah. So this is my program. So you have to give a indentation, a space is very important. So let me run this code. So if I run this code, yeah, see here, this is my output. The code is, I've created a class called my class and within that there's a variable x is equal to 5. Okay, so now outside the class I am writing an object. I'm creating an object called p1 is equal to for the class my class, and I'm just trying to print the values inside the class. How? So I need to access through this objects. So p1 dot x is equal, I'm using a dot operator here, so the output is 5. Okay, so yeah, let me go back now. So how to create attributes? See here. So you can assign values to an instance using dot notation. So there's one more example here, blank dot x 3 and blank dot y 4. So see here, here we are assigning values to the named elements of an object. Okay, so see here the name elements of the objects are x and y are the named elements of the objects. So these two we call it as attributes. Okay, so to these attributes x and y we are assigning 3 and 4. So see here, consider one more example here. There's a class called point and there's a docstring here. So see here, what is this? What is this line shows? Okay, can anyone guess? What is this? What is the meaning of this? Yes, someone guessed it right. So I'm creating an object for the class point. The object name is blank. Okay, so the next two lines are I'm creating attributes x and y, and I'm assigning values to those attributes. So blank dot x will be 3 and blank dot y will be 4. Okay, so now if you want to print both x and y values, so I have an example here. So let me run that. Let me run that. Okay, see guys, this is the example here. So class, the same example, class point. So I'm just using two print statements to print. So just run the module so that yes, 3.0 and 4.0. So I'm just printing the values of attributes. Okay. Now, very important, object diagram. Okay, what is this object diagram is? Yeah, object diagram. This is the object diagram. Okay, this diagram says this point is a class and blank is an object, and within blank we have two attributes x and y, and value assigned to x is 3 and value assigned to y is 4. So this is the object diagram for this example. So for this example the object diagram is this. Okay, so now consider there's one more example called rectangle. So see here, so if you take a rectangle, so you will have a width and you will have height and you will have even corner. Okay, what is corner? This corner is like a point, right? Again this point will have some attributes. So see here, so if you want to write a code, if you want to create a class for this, and if you want to write a code for this, so see here, so box is equal to rectangle. For example, before this I need to create a class called rectangle. Okay, so before this I should have a class called rectangle. So for this rectangle class I am creating a object called box, and box is having three attributes. One attribute is width, one attribute is height, one attribute is corner. Again notice here, so see here, again the corner is again pointing to one more class. See, this is nested class. Within a class you have, see, box dot corner is equal to, again it is pointing to one more. Okay, so then box dot corner dot x is, I'm just taking it as 0, and box dot corner dot y is equal to, I'm taking it as one more 0. So yeah, this is about this video. So hope everyone understood what is attribute and what's the syntax for class and what's the syntax for object and how to write it. Okay, so Please subscribe to my channel and thanks for watching this video. Thank you.